casual style today. So, I'm just going to warm up with some weapons. Almost Friday. Friday for some. Not me. Not yet. We'll get there. Together. My back hurts today, so probably take it easy. Although I say that, and then I end up doing a bunch of spin kicks and shit like that. We'll see. Let's give the left side a little love. I'm very bad with my left side. I just bought some nunchucks. Hell yeah. Can you teach me where to start? Absolutely. Okay. So, tip number one. We were always taught, when I was taught nunchucks by the green motherfucking Power Ranger, by the way, he taught us to put your thumb at the top of the chuck, and then that is where you hold it. And this is for doing things like fancy tricks, spins, fast movement. That's where you hold the chuck. Okay? Now, I'm an old school Okinawan karate, dude. So, they would tell you to hold it at the bottom. And it's harder to do spins because you don't really do them that way. All you do is you, boom, smash, right? So there's like two ways to do it. You just smash, kind of clumsy, kind of like a baseball bat, right? Same principle. You just swing it once really hard. Or you choke up on it. And that allows you to do, because like, okay, this is very easy for me. But if I put my hand out here, it's like weird and awkward, and it's like a lot harder on the wrist. Hello, Rosa. Angel. Oh, good evening. Genki desu ka? How are we tonight? It's Thursday. Do we party on Thursday? You tell me. I mean, I always party. Okay? Okay, little note. Okay, here's the other thing, Joe. Now that you're starting off, you're gonna want to do the blocks, right? This stuff, because it's very much like, a Bruce Lee thing. This is a pretty open position, right? Like, I wouldn't fight you like this, right? So the old school Okinawans would tell you, this is how you do that block. This way. Tight. Exactly the same way you do like a Dutch kickboxing guard. Do it really fast. Okay, give me a second. Angel always parties. I like that. Why what, Ezra? Why what? Oops, missed it. See, my left side's my bad side. Scenario stories. Sensei, what's your favorite Power Ranger? Green? Yes. He was already my favorite before he became my sensei. I go over his curriculum in the video I made about my time there. As a child, it was transformative as hell. Yeah, green. Green's the best color. Okay, he always got the cool animals. He had like the dagger or whatever, you know. So there's just so much. His signature was like I think it was like the jump outside kick. My back hurts. I'm not gonna do it today. Let's see. So this is so like okay, Joe, if you're still here, there's the fast stuff. Great. Just watch a great video. Thank you. Oh, thank you. So this is what an old school kata looks like for the nunchucks. That blocking posture I talked to you about. Okay, now we don't smash the overhead light. We go 1, over, 2, here, 3. I don't have a lot of space this way, so I'm kind of backing up on myself. Here, here. You do the same thing backwards, over the head, here. This funky move here. Okay. Same thing, other side. To the front. 1, 2, 3. Down. Jump. Stab. Okay. Here. Hiya. So, what's your favorite scary movie? I don't really get scared by movies. I don't know. I don't watch a ton of horror, but I enjoy horror. It never really frightens me. I don't know. I've never gotten to like the actual terror kind of feeling. Michael says you could probably beat my ass, and I don't know how to feel about that. You should feel good about that because the people that actually learn how to beat other people's asses and actually do, A, they get it out of their system a lot of the time, and B, they know fighting's mostly not worth it unless you have to. So if you don't come at me, I won't have to pull the chucks out. Sean Lamb, you're a fake martial artist. Hold the top of the nunchuck. I'm sensei here. And if I had a nickel for every person that called me a fake martial artist the second they walked into chat, I could retire. Saitama in the interior of where? Thanks for sharing. You're welcome, Joe. All right, we got the first call out of the stream. Okay, you can see the usual suspects I have pre-loaded onto the board, but Saitama has taken the first, which I really appreciate. First on the board. Thank you. A flattering first vote. Pee-wee's Karate. Yeah, Joseph, bang, 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 you're dead. But how do you know I don't also carry in the belt? You don't see the same assumption you were thinking I'm making. You are making. Great value, Moby. Oh, all right. Moby's going on the board. I'll start over here. I am doing this backwards for your benefit. No big deal. Moby. 1. All right. That's where we're at. Start a stream. Stanley Cleaner. Kalani. Oh. Welcome to Casual Thursday. It's good to see you. Take off that hoodie. I will. I got to get warm. I got to warm up these These worn bones. I will climb. Trust me. Joe, do you train BJJ? If so, what belt are you? White belt. I don't train anymore. I have a bunch of spinal cord injuries and like a lot of permanent damage. So I can't get stacked or like twisted anymore. So I don't do it anymore. No one said Tate yet? No. Is that what you're saying, Super Slaw? Krillin. Okay, nice. I really respect that. He was able to bag Android whatever. Okay, Krillin on the board. Kuririn. I guess it'd be Kuririn. Good evening, Kyle Tate. There we go. KP on the board. How are you? It's good to see you. You make me smile. Good. Would you eat a puffin? I might. I'll train BJ. BJ. Ah, you caught me there. That's funny. Check out Wine Country Saga. One sword style. Okay. Wine Country Saga? I'm ready. Saga. I will. All right. We've done a little chucking. It's Wasif Ali. God damn it. You know, you're a bald dude who does martial arts on YouTube, and all of a sudden, you know, you're Wasif Ali. I've watched some of his stuff. I think his technique could use some work. Something tells me, though, that he would not take direction very well. He seems like an independent soul. There we go. You'd make a dope Krillin, dude. Thank you. You know, I'm gonna count that. I don't give a shit. That's two. I think I do great. I have good bold eyebrows. You know, I got no chin, so that like really helps. I'd bulk up for that. I'm not super short. I'm like 5'8", so as long as I get a tall Goku. Other people have suggested, what is it, TN? The message. You have no enemies. One Clint Howard. God damn it. God damn it, Daniel. Oh, you guys crack me up. Clint Howard. That's gonna have to do. I'm getting better at writing backwards. It'll happen. Caucasian BJ man. The Edge from YouTube. Lord. Check out the anime Vinland Saga. Oh. Is that sometimes YouTube like translates stuff? Saga anime on I want to say Netflix. Anthazar, hello. I keep missing the regulars messages because I'm like 25 fucking minutes behind in chat. So I've decided that I'm not reading every single comment anymore. I gotta get to the good stuff. Would you eat raw corn for $1 million? KP's well. How are you? I'm pretty good. I'm ready for Friday, you know? I'm beyond ready. Young Clint Howard. Okay. Well, if it's young Clint Howard. Yo, Rick. Is there a move you know that can discombobulate an enemy opponent in one motion? I mean, yeah, a few. I mean, it depends on how you define discombobulate. right? If we're Sherlock Holmesing it, you know, I think he discombobulates with a clap to the ears, which you could do. You can also do a Boss Rutan style palm heel hook to kind of the back of the neck, the head there. He knocked people out a ton with that. Boom. You can just strike someone in the windpipe. That'll discombobulate them for a little bit. Same thing with a liver shot. That'll drop them to their knees, groin. I mean, and everyone thinks about a kick to the groin. And everyone's like, I get it. You don't want to put your hands on anything, but it's like, or maybe you do. But you can just, bam, like hammer fist, pop, discombobulated. Oh, Kalani, I don't know. I haven't like measured. I've never had to. Super Slav. If Daniel LaRusso shaved his head and gained 10 pounds, you'll see later. Hey Deborah, would you play something on your phone for $1 million? Maybe. Sensei Johnny Sins. Oh yeah, you know we got to get Jay Sins on the board. Bob, please. Okay. I know he can fucking talk, and I'm gonna get it out of him. That's 3/4 of the reason that I beat the shit out of him. Okay, what was I doing? Sensei Johnny Sins. Thank you. Jay Sins. It's looking a little more organized than last stream. A little bit. I'll put you up for a second. Okay. I'm also not going to read every single thing just because I got to get some training. Oh, thank you, Kalani. I appreciate that. I'm sure you are too. You punch them in the wiener very hard. That discombobulates most people. Yeah. Why bro bald? Because high DHT levels. That's why. Usually I have a big beard, but I shaved it recently. Angela subscribed. Oh, hopefully I give you everything you want. Kalani, you're 5'8" too? Oh, so everything lines up. Interesting. KP. The one big thing I like about you is you're a good sport with us. Gotta be, man. You guys are fun. I mean, there's like fun stuff, and then there's like people that are obviously terrible. You know, you guys haven't seen my my wrathful side yet. Oh, Sayonara, Angel. The warrior wants to know why I blocked them on Grinder. You're blowing up the spot, man. Clint Howard's a new one. Newish, yeah. Anthazar, be patient, peeps. He reads all his chats, almost all now. I mean, last stream I was like so behind. It's it's not fair, and not everyone. Johnny Sensei, that's good. Jackie Earl Haley. I think you've already voted though, Daniel. Can you do the Gojo move? What's that? Oh, Kalani, thank you. Appreciate that. Super slop. In the meantime, some people in the chat probably look like Olaf from Frozen. Damn. Why don't you just kiss him? That's only like the second or third time that's ever been suggested, which I'm super surprised by, honestly, considering chat. Y'all ever see the movie Coneheads? Hilarious. Hello, Ricky. Oh, thoughts on fasting. It can be a useful tool. I don't really like the idea of doing like multiple day fasts personally, but I have a very high metabolism. So, some people can get away with it, but intermittent fasting I have used very, very effectively. I like that a lot. Done correctly, of course. Would you grow out your beard and let a baby bird nest in it until it grows up and returns the favor to you? Yes. Are you fucking kidding me? You know how much I would love a little baby conure just sitting in here and he just dances? And they'd like do the little stompy walks. Oh, I fucking love it. Let's start. Andrew Tate. Okay, another vote. Yes, we'll begin here. We sort of began. Here comes the Tate train. Yeah. More like Adam Silver, NBA CEO. 75 hours? That's pretty serious. It's a long fast. I mean, eventually, it's not hunger so much as just like an aching emptiness, right? Which I'm sure Kalani can relate with. You know what I mean? Okay. How much he got? 2. Let's see. Here, step 2, 2, 1, 2, 1. To the back. This sit move, right? Sweep the leg? Hell no. Oops. I gotta do this first. There. If I hit it full force, I'll pop my fucking eardrums. It's so goddamn loud. I guess I can ki full blast. I'm just afraid people are gonna get their ears blown out. Jacob just squealed. Who would you save, a baby or 1 million? Which baby? This guy's a goof. Yep. Damn, Jacob. Yo, my wife locked herself in a room with her boyfriend, and I can just hear him giggling. What should I do? I mean, depends on whatever the deal you have with your wife is. Wait, bro, come over and fight him with those Ninja Turtle sticks. I'll do you one better. I'll show you some Ninja Turtle sticks. All right, let's get the good light. All right, we're starting to warm up. We're gonna slowly get at least Lily's clothes off, and we'll go full Ninja Turtle. Raphael, anybody? You like this shit, huh? Use my little meat block to right how people do the little put their hand up behind something like this. So the weird thing about Sai is that you hold them with this like finger guns grip, but you gotta like crank it into your forearm and hold it. It's this motion, right? So you can see my forearm working here. So the whole time you're like doing kind of this. Here, I'll show you a Sai Kata in a second. I love your videos. Thank you, Angela. I love you. Super Slaw broke up with their girlfriend because she poops with the door open. Too soon? I mean, eventually. Anthazar, laugh after them, for he who laughs last laughs the best. Too old for this. Okay, YouTube snitch. All right. Hell no. Real swords. I'm gone. I don't have swords. Well, I do, but they're backflip. No. Nicho Sai. Wow. Do you carry them on the street? No. No, sai aren't even my favorite weapon, honestly. It's like, this is supposed to be a blocking surface, right? So when you get hit with a sai or with anything, right? Not only is this like an octagon shape, so there are little ridges. So all of the force is on a tiny area, which then, when you block, gets jammed into your forearm bone, assuming you did it right. And if you didn't do it right, it just hits you and it just really fucking hurts. So this is a terrible weapon for blocking, right? Maybe you can catch something here, but even then, like, traditional technique is a thumb over the crossing point. So it's like any kind of sword that I catch here is, I mean, I'm hitting my own thumb. So I don't like it. How much money do you spend on those? Not a lot. These were like, I don't know, maybe like 30, 40 bucks, something like that. I have only really used them for testing, and have I competed with the Sai? I don't know. Can't remember. I've done so many one-off competitions that Gangnam Style, but it was good for the turtle. Well, yeah, if I had a bulletproof fucking spine, I'd be doing pretty good too. I don't know. It looks like from an anime movie. Asian World of Martial Arts was the go-to mail order company. Oh wow. What is your favorite weapon? Well, it's like, it depends on what we're talking about. If I could only do one thing ever for fun, it would be nunchucks. Discount Jason Statham. All right. But nunchucks are not the most practical weapon, which I'll get to in a second. And is another video coming up. Okay. It was Jason Statham. Nunchucks rule. They're pretty fun. Jason Statham. Getting better, writing backwards for you guys. Hello again. Here's the count. Andrew Tate and Krillin tied for the lead. Do you have an animal? Cat or dog? No. I would love to. Well, here's the thing. The animals that I would want require a ton of responsibility, and I'm just not into that. Like, I would love a conure and just have it like dance around and sing to me and stuff, but they need attention constantly, and you can't use anything aerosol, no, like soaps. There's like a ton of stuff you can't do. Is Mr. Clean on that board? Nobody is now. When you say it, it goes on the board. Mr. Clean. You're a clean one. Mr. Clean. Oh, that's sloppy. You know, sometimes you gotta get sloppy. You know what I mean? You guys know. But the most practical weapon is, without a doubt, I mean, well, probably the stick, the Tonfa, because you can find a stick anywhere. But the Tonfa are the supreme weapon. Not only, okay, I'm going to do a little thing. You've activated my track card, okay? So this principle is the same, right? So you still have to crank it into your forearm to like hold it tight. But this is super natural. This is super easy. The thickness, right? Wink, Kalani, okay? The thickness is much easier to like hold on your forearm. And when something gets blocked, I don't feel that at all, right? Wide surface area, it catches pretty much everything. And not only that, but because of the neutral grips, you can plug this in to boxing. and then switch to range, right? So this is like, it's less supported, so it's really good for like the nunchuck kind of stuff. So you still get all of the cool, well, not all, but like most of the moves from nunchucks with Tonfa. But instead of being wild and crazy, it's very stable. It's like, it's very easy to control. You know, you just sort of like open and close your grip, wink. Okay. Mr. Clean has been mentioned, maybe not today. Vin Diesel. That's another, not super, you know, not a high volume of Vin Diesel suggestions, but, you know, we get them. Vinny D1. Good spread. I like it. Running out of room on the board. I wish I just had like a digital thing up here. Show us all of your favorite weapons. Favorite martial arts movie? I mean, Enter the Dragon's gotta be it. The Raid, if we're going with a modern one. Ong Bak was very, you know, influential. Definitely watched that a ton during my like kickboxing, Muay Thai days. Let's see what else. I've got Kama, but I don't really like them. I'll show them to you because I'm a generous god. Okay, but the Kama are sickles. I don't really like it. Everyone thinks they're cool, but they don't know people that actually use Kamas with the blades because this is just my experience, you know, after a million years in the martial arts, but all of the old dudes that do Kama have ripped open their forearms, they've cut themselves here because a lot of the techniques are like the same as our karate stuff, and there's a lot of crossing the arms. And so you start going fast in a competition, and a lot of the moves are like, you know, down, up, which is just, you know, splitting someone this way, up, things like that. And we end with this sick move where you kind of like, bam, stick them, turn it, cut it, right? Pretty dope. But I don't like it. Off-brand Andrew take. It's an interesting take. Not a unique one, unfortunately, for you. You're number 3 for today. All right. Okay, next string, you're gonna have to come up with something a little more original. Or not. You do you. Do you have a family? I mean, yeah, but not in the sense of like wife and kids. Another vote for Tate. Did you already vote though? Okay, I'm going to show you an interesting one. Regulars will know this one. Meteor hammer, right? In the Japanese arts, it's called suruchin. All right, we're getting serious. And I'm warming up. It must be Andrew Tate's cousin. Okay, so we'll see if I tangle it this time. The way this is tied, you can wear it as a belt. Karate Kid clown. I'm a performer. Okay, but oh, it's tangled, so never mind. Usually when you cast it like this, you get it without knots. Maybe I'll pull these out. It'll work. Andrew Tate. Can I get a shout out? All right, I'll put another vote for Andrew Tate on the board. Where'd the marker go? What happened? All right, that's 4 votes for Andrew Tate. Okay, so now this should come open like this. Exactly. Do you got a wife? I do not got a wife. I got Bob and I got Gus. I got the voices. So there's plenty here. Okay, now I can't do a ton with this because I don't practice it enough. I don't have the vertical space for it, right? Like this thing is super long. But you can, oops. Here we go. Oops. Oops. Woo! Almost hit the camera. Here we go. Like that. So you can launch it forward, right? And the good thing is, if you practice your front kicks, that's all you do, is you just front kick it in the direction you want it to go. So I gotta back up a little bit. All right, so here we go. Oops, 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 hit myself. See? I'm gonna do some balancing in the other leg. I'm gonna do a little actual training today. Andrew Tate Target brand. The Target. And what the fuck does that make Andrew Tate? I'm Target brand. He's what? Streets of, you know, I don't even know. Just the streets, yeah, I think. Yeah, Ernie, sorry. You gotta be a little faster on the draw there. Okay. I'm gonna do a balance on the other leg. First, I want to make the longest W something. What dost thou mean? See, I've got good separation here, but I feel like that's more than just there's this in the middle. W. Thank you. Well. All right. Let's soften Bob up a little bit and warm me up. Know what I mean? Oh, chat. You make training so fun. I mean, it's already fun. But I want to develop like a quick draw from the hip, you know? I already have like this kind of hand, but I want to play with like, you know, a little bit lower. Strange angles. Switch your stance, Bob. Face the people. sleep. I'm not going to play with Gus today. It's too annoying picking him up over and over. It's a good workout. It's going to be good. It's going to be good for my shoulders and I feel like eating traps. There are all these like double-handed moves in the katas. No. No way this is a finger strike. No way. You're not tickling me. Can you make Goku's combo? Make Goku's combo? Or does Goku already have a combo that I don't know about? What's Goku's combo? We're getting warmer. Getting ready for a face kick. Okay. I'm getting ready. Still warming up, because I'm old. Oh! Bob, help me. Oh, God damn you, Bob. God damn you. You slick son of a bitch. I'm trying to develop this like stiff, kind of like uppercut front kick. It's like I'd only really vertical elbow with the lead, honestly. Gives you this. Literally would never work. Yeah, knees and this would never work. Elbows would never work. Front kick to the face wouldn't work. It's worked, I don't even know how many times. Oh, that would, yeah, okay. There we go. This guy can be knocked out because his chin is basically non-existent. Exactly. That's why I get the tape reference, right? It's all lips. So if anything, you're getting a kiss. Okay? Best case scenario. I mean, I've been palmed so hard in the ribs, in between breaths, that my diaphragm spasmed and I wasn't able to breathe for like 20 fucking seconds. This guy would get knocked out by a sneeze. Why don't you try it, Dustin? Okay, dusty ass. Dustin. Come on, sneezing. Hey, you got to exfoliate. You know how many times I've front kicked people in the fucking face before they even do it? And that's the thing. Because while you're sitting there like, oh, street fight, it's already done. It's already done. It's too late. That's gay? What is wrong with that? I'm oh my God, it's Jason Bourne. So Andrew Tate's little brother. Uh, I've seen him in his little mankini. Okay, I am not the little brother. Looks like my 2-year-old isn't the weakest person. Is that Andrew Tate? Not quite. Are you the first person to think of that? Not in the slightest. Number 6. Unfortunately, that isn't podium or medal. So I don't know what to tell you. Better luck next year. That's sus. Well, you know, I don't know what to tell you about that. Okay? Hook. I guess I'd go the other way for the liver shot. Yeah. Easy hook. Why'd you see him in a bikini? Because he puts out video footage of him like this, and there was nothing there. And I'm being generous. Bro is zesty AF with the board. Can you put me on the board? I've never been on the board. I never cite anyone's votes. And I don't look like you guys, so. Maybe as the board evolves, kiss the dummy. Go on and kiss the dummy. Well done, Agent 47. You fucked everything up. Luckily, you left no trace. All right, thank you. 47. One. Let's look at the board. 6, Andrew Tate. No Murr. Surprisingly. Saitama, Moby, 2 Krillin. Wasif Ali's on there. Jason Statham. Johnny Sins. Clint Howard. Daniel. I think that was you. 47 Vin Diesel and Mr. Clean, of course. Of course. Oh, and I was supposed to put another vote for Tate, and I think another Mr. Clean. Yeah. Yeah. That's where we're at, folks. Oh, fuck. You have to give it to him. That was a great comeback. If you want my comeback, you're going to have to scrape it off your mother's lips. Boom! Is that okay? Okay, he hasn't blinked. I'm going to get him to. The one above all. Is that a black belt, or are you just happy to see me, Daddy? Why can't it be both? Wait, is that Murr? Okay, here we go. One above all knows the drill. Murr's on the board. Thank you. I'll let my hair grow out a little bit, and I'll really look like Murr. Was looking for you? Hey, I'm here. You could become a cloud of dust if you tried. Well, young Clint. Thank you, Daniel. Please kick me in the nads. Looks like a bald version of Penguin Zero. I get that a lot. I would love to do a little sparring match with old Charlie. I'll wear a wig. Okay. We're probably about the same weight-ish. I don't know how tall he is. I think he's shorter than me. Jump. We'll see. The 7 gates of homosexuality. Okay. Where do we put him on the board here? Moist. Moist Critical, aka Penguin Zero. On the board. I like your positive attitude. I like you, HA. Jump, jump. Jump, 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 jump. I fucking love your sense of humor, brother. I'm subscribed. Well, I fucking love you, brother. Of course. Thank you. I appreciate that. You only spar with your gay thoughts. What makes you think I am battling my gay thoughts? Hmm? Hmm? That was a lot of hit. That was a lot of hit. I'm sorry. You look like Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Oh my god, that's hilarious. One of my favorite, probably my favorite character besides Meatball, honestly. Oh my god, that's so funny, Carl. Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Wow, I like that. And you know, I don't mind being called Carl. A lot of people might take some offense to that, but I'm not too worried. You know what I mean? So, you know. Hmm? Hmm? I didn't know Charlie was buff. He's got a little bit of bicep, and I think he's got some decent like maybe back and core. He just doesn't clearly he doesn't train or eat for mass, and I don't either anymore. This is kind of where I settle, like eating what I want to, you know, training as often as I do. You look sick. Your back profile's like One Punch Man. Are you sure? Let's see. All right, all right. Now we gotta find out. The show's starting. Well, we're almost an hour in, so I'm not super surprised. Okay, so here's the thing about the back profile. I got a pretty good V taper. Pretty good tries. And honestly, all I really do is like, I've got good arm genetics, but I just kind of maintain. I sort of lift a couple times a week. I do a lot of like heavy loaded isometric holds, which is like mobility and um, strength. So I'll take the shirt off again. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. But thank you, Joshua. Gay karate warrior reaches Super Saiyan levels of power through homosexuality. Cut! Cut! Can you backflip? Not anymore, man. My back's all fucked up. Have to hand it to you, man. You manage this filthy chat in an exemplary manner. Awesome. Thank you. Zesty Master. Diamond Dave. Hey, I was straight before I fell into the stream. Dear God. Well, it only gets worse. The later we get into stream, the more I get all these compliments, you know. I'm like, oh, really? You want to see my body? So, stick around. Bill from King of the... I like that a lot. I'm a big King of the Hill fan. Bill, King of the Hill. We're gonna have to jam them in, you know, which is sometimes you just gotta jam it in. All right. Did you vote already? See, nobody gives a shit in chat, but this is like the same motion from the side earlier. That's part of our grabbing, right? The idea is you just crank down, and eventually you'll hit the wrist and get it. Yes, we do care. Okay, thank you. A lot of people are here for the pervy reasons. Not after that. Oh, I can't show that burner. Come on. 8-time championship black belt here. Confidently can beat yo shit. Nah, after that, my vote's Vin Diesel. Let me show you something. I don't even know how many this is. Okay? So, if you want to flex the trophies, you can come at me. Yeah, I used to compete. Yeah. It's the eye candy. Exactly. APL, look. I'm you know, heading towards middle age. Maybe people would argue with that, but good shit though. Well, thank you. Nerd here. I'm a brown belt in Taekwondo. Hell yeah. That's nice. What's your favorite kick? And please tell me that I don't know the Korean names. I would put you in an ankle lock. See, and that's something I'm terrified of because my tendons and ligaments are all just like string cheese at this point. So rainbow belt. That's also like the 5th or 6th reference. Lone Wolf. Hey, it's the guy. It's the guy I do sleep paralysis work for. Well, not really for. Sort of. I do it at him. But he doesn't pay a lot, but you know, you do it for the love of the game. And I don't go super wide on my roundhouses anymore, you know. What are you a black belt in? I'm a black belt in. This is my Goju-ryu and Ishin-ryu Shodan. I'm also a Shodan in Shito-ryu. Is made to fight people on horseback. I'm fucked in a street fight. You don't know. New York, they got horse. Well, you'd be fighting like cops, so I can't really recommend that necessarily. The the worst move, says Justin, is when I was a kid and my mom yoked me. Do you mean yanked me or something by my elbow skin because I was being a little shit. Your weenus. I like the ones that hold your pants on. That is definitely part of like this is serving a dual function. Even like the ties, because you know I'm quite lean and I have narrow hips. Um, the belt is like necessary to hold the pants up. I don't have the ass shelf anymore. Someone asked my belt once. I said J.C. Penney, $4.99. Fight me, okay. All right, come through. Roundhouse my favorite though for sure. I was just gonna say weenus. Anthesar, we're syncing up. Okay, my mind to your mind, my thoughts to your thoughts. Are you gay? I am Kyle. The more labels you attempt to put on me, the farther from the truth you're gonna get. Okay? I am very nearly all things. Okay? Put that bee in your bonnet. Knees. Knees. I wanna kick Gus, but I don't want to pick his ass up. Ugh, I need a better angle for that hip flexor. I got scoliosis, and so this side is like this a little bit. So it's my bad kicking side, but that's why I got to keep it up. Okay. I do a rumba with Bob if he'd fucking move for once. I won a rumba competition in college. That shelf still looks good. Thank you, Anthazar. See, this is support. Hi, Kyle. Hi, Charlie. After you snap the kick, bring it back easy, but anyone who can grapple dominate me. Well, and that's up to you to whether or not you want to work on that, you know? There's no. Some dudes will, like, not respect you, but how many street fights are you intending to get into? You know, basically my philosophy was I did a little bit of everything. I focused heavily on striking, but what I did was I learned enough of the basics to try and get me to a position where I could switch to striking, right? So I didn't focus on like all the crazy fucking octopus guard shit. You know, I'm a white belt. This is my belt in BJJ, and you know, it's like you do these very basic things, and you just get a solid set of like I can sprawl. I have a couple, mount escapes, some sweeps, things like that. Mostly chokes, a kimura. You know, I'm not going to go for like crazy triangles again because like you got to get all your shit high up, and that bends your back. You are so hot. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so you're gonna have to work for it. Sam says he'd slap the shit out of this clown. Yes, I'm terrified. You know, what I think probably is going to happen is other people are going to read that and say, "Oh, this anonymous dude with a bunch of numbers after his name says he'd slap the shit out of the dude with the six pack and the guns. You know, he must be so tough. Wow, right? Is that what we wanted to happen? This is not helping the allegations. Martial arts are definitely more defensive than offensive, and they should be. But we train it. We train it like duelists, right? Because if you're fighting someone with a ton of martial arts experience in the street, you've already fucked up, right? It's like you get your belt from Jocko. Bro in the back is sexy. Interesting. You like Bob? Yeah. How's this? Okay. Take your screenshots. Okay. You can Photoshop whatever you want in here. Okay. Right. You do a little. One of these. Can I dip him? I don't know. He's bottom heavy. I'm gonna have to back up this. Okay. Get your screenshots ready. Wide steps with Bob. Crushing it. Oh, this is the guy that has the counter for how many times somebody has called him Andrew Tate. I was wondering where I remembered you from. Is that your vote, Sonny? He didn't deny the allegations. How is it an allegation? You have no frame of reference for what I'm into, okay? That sexy orange colored skin wearing a white belt. He has a list of all the names he's been called. Exactly. Here to Tybo, yes. Back in high school, they had a weightlifting class, and then the counterpart to that for all of the like most of the women or the girls, it was aerobics class. And so 3 days out of the week you do your primary thing, and then the other 2 days you go to the other thing. So every time we'd go to aerobics from weightlifting, we would do Tae Bo. And then all of the aerobics girls would be in the weight room looking through the window at us. Go double time, go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. We might as well have been going like, you know. Word, I'm listening. What's his name in the back? That's Bob. You're passionate about the no armed man. He has arms. Well, I mean, you're kind of outing this as a jacket. You know, it's not his fault. He's like a burlesque dancer, just teases just enough. Oh, yeah. And, you know, it's a very strong tease. Goodwill wants their tank top back. He'd definitely slap you, but we'd handle it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let him say some words. I want him to. I'm gonna beat it out of him. Beat him out of it. Captain Caveman, my favorite gay karate streamer. Really got a handle on the niche, you know? That is the goal. No movement. Right? And I'm using him for balance, but I don't know, can you kick me in the mouth? Huh? Was that a request? I don't know. My right's a lot worse. I gotta like change the angle because the pelvis is like and it's not just like my spine is like tilted this way at the bottom. It's kind of like twisted a little. So it's like it changes the angle of the hip flexor over the bone. Not that many of you care, but maybe that's the members only content. I show like the hip flexors because that shit is hot. Okay, if you thought this stuff is hot, it's this area that is the killer. Trust me. Dude, I want you to totally do that to me. All right. Bob's definitely a bottom. He has very broad shoulders. He's very powerful. When's the moaning start? As soon as you kick it off. I'm sorry, we're off the rails. Damn, he's stiff. Well, that's how all the chat wants him. We can go both go on Dancing on the Stars with each other. Yeah, I think back in the day it was like 50K an episode per person. Hot. Thank you. Thank you, Fruitcake. This is the Riz technique. Pookie. Je suis désolé, mais je ne parle pas français. Parlez-vous anglais? He's cuter than Andrew Tate. Thank you. Do an axe kick. In Buffalo Bob voice. Hey, the guy without a chin. You remember me. God had to take something from me, you know, because I got the rest covered, you know. So he had to give me one thing. And actually, how are you gonna knock me out? You're gonna get kissed. A train simulator ad in chat, really? Here, clear it. Wind up. Damn. Get on the back of the neck here. Side kick. I'm trying to get good at in between the kicks as well, right? So you have like front, round, side. But I'm playing with using angles for, the old school roundhouse kick was actually not a snapping technique with the point of the foot. It was just like a front kick where you kick with the ball of the foot. But it's super fucking risky for breaking your toes. So you gotta like really drill it super hard to hit that way. Let me see if I can show you. Man, Wiki Feet is missing out here. So you got to pull your toes back. Bob is dummy thick. Nice. That's a good one. He's not beating no one, even the dummy. Can I actually see a sick roundhouse? What martial arts do you do? A lot of karate. I've done kickboxing, a bunch of other stuff. Krav Maga, capoeira. Always go for the thigh, man. Kick them hard. Sometimes they drop. Yeah, well, he nerfed your height. I do jujitsu, so I can't do all that stuff. That's okay. There's many things you can do. I can't. Calabonga. And I have 2 tournaments, one in a month and one in 3 months. Damn, that's a long time to be prepping. Because honestly, like, my favorite part of the tournament is right after, like, is doing the performance and then being done with it. Because you do all the prep and you practice like 50 million times. You show up on the day, you practice there, and then you sit there, and then they call you up and you do your thing, or you do your fight and then you're done, and then you get to like finally just go back to training. But I'm very burnt out on tournaments. I am gonna release. Actually, you have 2 tournaments in a month. One of the next videos I'm gonna record. Calibonga and Chelsea. One of my next videos, so probably in a couple weeks, I'm going to reveal all of my secrets that let me win all of these medals and trophies. And let me tell you something. I won every single, this is a grand champion trophy. I won every single tournament I went to. Okay? So, luckily, if you do kata, I mean, I was a professional dancer, so it's like a movement performance, right? So there's a lot of principles, techniques, and tricks that people do not think about outside of that space, right? So I was able to very easily command people's attention. I could make them look where I wanted them to look, you know. And then in fighting, a lot of my style is being very tricky, um, very unpredictable, and you know, people have a hard time like because I'll throw anything, right, from any angle, and I'll be tricky about it. I'll break the rules. So I'll put out that video. I'll try and hustle on it. But again, I stopped competing because I just kept fucking winning, and it was like I don't even have to prepare anymore. I can just show up, no food, tired, like have to take a dump, and then still like nail the fucking tournament, and you know so I just got tired of it, and it sucked because like everyone in my region, it got sad because I would prep with some of these people, and they would talk about like, well, who's going to get second place because Kyle's going to get first, obviously, and it's like I was just scooping up medals, and other people were just like, well, I can never be first because I'm competing in his division. So I stopped doing it. Even in the last tournament I did, the guy that designed our medals did not get a gold. And so he didn't get one of his own medals. And it's a beautiful design. I think it'll dox me if I show it. But it's like, so I traded him one of my golds because I had a ton of them for one of his like silvers or something like that. Um, you know, I never was super into medals and trophies. It was cool, right? It was like dope to do, but doing it all the time is like that's not why I practice. What's the one where you step into the kick? You can do that a lot. You do MMA. I've done a mix of martial arts, but it mostly looks like karate nowadays. You step into it and use all the force of your body. Well, again, that's It's like a straight, but with the toesies. Probably got 15 rounds at the waist. Good. Good. That's a decent magazine. You should. I don't prefer the big mags personally, but you know, to each their own. I'm not big on like all the accoutrement. Like I like iron sights. I like the standard package. I don't like all the fucking side angle lasers. No. One thing, okay, here's a tip. I'm just going to give it to you right now. Like poker face. Wait, you're serious? I'm both serious and joking at all times. Okay. Okay, one of my tricks for the tournament is like if you're fighting someone, I like to use this hand a lot. So like step one is I'll keep it low and then I'll grab, like especially if they're wearing a gi, right? If you're doing like a traditional kind of thing, you can grab the gi and pull that arm down, pop, and just do it very easily. You can also stick your thumb into the sleeve and kind of control it that way. But if not, you can also like kind of pull the elbow from behind, do things like that. Open up this way. Or another thing I like to do is I'm just fucking annoying. So what I'll do is I'll put a ton of weight on this hand, I'll slap it around, and I'll just get really annoying so they start like resisting and kind of like lifting up. And then eventually I'll pop up the hand and sneak a front kick right underneath it. So that's one thing I do. Here's the other thing. You can use, and this is mostly a point sparring, like a kumite thing. If it's a point thing and they separate you, in the first or second round, again, I'm going to make a video on this, but in the first or second round, you want to fire off the very millisecond they start you. Okay, so if you do it the very first time you fight this person, it's like a show of dominance, right? So you start, it's like, okay, ready, Hajime, bam! You got to hit them hard and fast immediately, right? You'll get a free point, but you only get one, right? So then on the second round, you start off and you kind of sit back and wait, right? They get hit really hard and then they're kind of expecting you to be fast. And then when you slow down, it kind of like, they're like, why? Why are you slowing down? Okay, if you do it in the second round, right? That's more tricky. So you start the first round and you do it like everyone else does. You start and then you kind of back up and you kind of set into your stance and you kind of like read each other for a bit, right? And then you do some stuff. Second round, start, bam, just blast them right away, right? So it's about setting a rhythm and breaking it. That's the master plan for fighting, especially in a context where you can keep fighting and you can build your combos and like build up reactions and stuff. Pow! Exactly. So, if it's a point sparring thing, you have to be first and like fast and then get out. If you're like fighting, then you have some time to build some things, right? So like you give them front kicks, 2, 3, and you sit down on one of them so they feel it, right? Then you have primed them to like do this when you lift the leg. That's when you do your question mark kick and you pivot around, right? So you go bam, bam, here. And by the time you're up here, they bring everything in front and then you just whip around for the question mark. Bobby, I farted and then I shit my undies. Wendy's? Damn. What are you ordering, bro? Kata. Bridge hand. And I would push people too. Like that's the other thing is sometimes. Sorry, Bobby. That's a. Yeah, sorry, Bob. Um, Sometimes when you break the rules and do the opposite, it works in your favor, right? So if you go super like lightning fast with your kicks, just bam, bam, snapping them out, and then you wait and you delay it a little bit, they will react first and then they'll recover and then you hit them, right? So for a front kick, that might be like snap, snap, ha, snap. That little beat is just enough to confuse them, but not enough time for them to like recollect. I would use the old style technique, kicking the balls. Yeah, yeah, it works. I mean, probably the first 3 months of Krav Maga was just hammer fists, elbows, and groin kicks, and I guess front kicks. But it was a lot of just straight up the pipe, and you get these thick pads, right? Like you get a really thick pad, like a kicking shield, and you hold it like this at your groin, and then as someone swings up, you like punch down. But dude, if you launch, and here's the thing, in karate we have to like pull it back, so you have to apply the brakes, right? When you hit something full force, you can go faster and harder because you don't have to like like pull any back, right? So you can just fucking haul off. And I'm explosively like jumping off of this ledge, like bam. Sometimes it'd be like this tiny dude that's like, wow, so good. Good times. I miss those guys. I was getting super heavy into Dutch kickboxing and Krav Maga when the pandemic hit. So I was like a year and a half, 2 years in, I think. So. Okay. Bam. Bam. It's very hard when you train kata and do sound effects to then not like instinctively do them. Kind of like when you see the behind the scenes for the Star Wars movies and they like make the lightsaber noises. Like I get it, I get it. I'll do this to the front for you. This way. All right, so you do this. Here. And then you do the other side. All right, and then you have my favorite part at the very end. 1, 2, 3. And then you end. Right after that really strong. That's actually what I won my last black belt division, like weapons kata, was the staff. And I used that kata. Because when you have a really light staff, you can go super fast. It looks very dramatic. And you can get it smooth. So, and weapons katas are pretty short. Jackie Chan, Kung Fu. Not exactly. What's the other bow staff? Well, I always get these two katas mixed up. You start off the same sort of, but you do a lot of this cat stance. No, you still go forward here. There it is. And then 1, 2, 3. And when I would do these katas and compete with them, I would always get real, like way too close to people, like the judges. Or if I had to do a kick at the very end or a punch, it'd be like, bam, right there. Bold. But bold is my style. Where's Chuck's? It's good for the wrists. You know? It's kind of like old school battle ropes. It feels like that on the forearms. You know, when you do these moves on the battle ropes, it very much feels like doing nunchucks. Notice I came here. It's not out here. Oops.